सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। So today is the second day of our 2 days International Yoga Day observation. Yesterday, actually, we have got two resource persons. First one, actually, Honorable Chairman, Professor R.C. Sinha, Indian Council of Philosophical Research, New Delhi, and another one, Professor Uday Shankar Ray, Professor, Department of Sports Science, Yoga, Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda Educational and Research Institute, Kolkata. And today, the second day of this 2 days international webinar series, we have got another two great resource persons. One is Professor Narasingha Charan Panda, and another is Professor Jagannath Patil. So, for the very outset of the second day, I once again welcome these two great resource persons for joining with us in this beautiful afternoon and for delivering their thoughtful provocation. So, first I request our first speaker, Professor Narasingha Charan Panda. Before starting his deliberation, I just read out the short of his this curriculum vitae, that is biodata. He has a big biodata. I just for this time constant, I read out small portion. He actually the professor of Sanskrit, Department of Sanskrit, Vishwa
Vishweshwaranand
Vishwabandhu Institute of Sanskrit and Indological Studies, Punjab University, Sadhu Ashram, Hoshiar, Punjab. He has teaching and research methodology experience, Indian philosophy, Vedic studies, classical Sanskrit literature, Vastu, Jyotisha. He also conducting coursework classes for MPhil and PhD students of traditional Shastri, Part Shastri students of Punjab University. He has great knowledge of different scripts: Devanagari, Roman, Brahmi, Sarada, Grantha, Bengali, and Uriya. Research and teaching experience, many institutes in India. Teaching experience, he has taught many institutes in India, including the visiting professor, fellow Mahatma Gandhi Institute, Makkah, Mauritius. Member of editor advisory board of research journal, many journals and periodicals. He has published 24 books and 5 books are in press. Published research paper in his credit 94. Presided over conference and seminar, many national international conference he has presided and also participated as a resource person. He has got many prizes. Only very important one, that is the Vedic Award Sammanana, that is from Guru Shikhara Veda Vidyalaya, Pune, Himachal Pradesh. Now he is ICCR Chair Visiting Professor of Sanskrit, Sanskrit Studies Center, Faculty of Archaeology, Silpakan University, Bangkok, Thailand. So I actually express my heartiest regard, gratitude to Professor N.C. Pandaji for joining with us in this webinar series. when I invite him, he told that please give me the fast slot 3 to 4. He told the coach is actually Bangkok time is at 1 and 30 hours. If you give me last slot, so it is in late night or evening, late evening. So I'm okay, sir. Don't worry. I give you the 3 to 4, and actually the Bangkok at the time is 4:30. So I request once again request Professor M.C. Panda to start his delivery, sir. Sir, please start your delivery.
ॐ विश्वानि देवः सवितर्दुरितादिपराशुभ यद्भद्रं तन्न आशुभ ॐ हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत् सदधार पृथिवीं मण्डलं द्यामुते मां कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेमः ॐ नीलाद्रौ शङ्खमध्ये शतदलकमले रत्नसिंहासनस्थं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तं नवघनरुचिरं संयुतं चक्रजीनं भद्रायं वामभागे रथचरणयुतं ब्रह्मरुद्रन्दवन्द्यं देवानं सारमिषं सुजनपरिवृतं ब्रह्मदारुं स्मरामि नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रसुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः जगन्नाथाय ते नमः शुभम अस्तु. First of all, I am praying to Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra to grace us in this in this auspicious occasion, because today is the great world famous Rath Yatra is being celebrated in Puri, and we are fortunate enough that we are just watching this famous Rath Yatra, and also it's a great day for me. Also, I am just having darsana of Swamiji, and before starting, I must say it is an opportunity for me to interact with the participants, the scholars today in this webinar, international webinar. So most respected Swami Kamalasthanandaji, Principal of Ramakrishna Mission, Vivekananda Centenary College, Rahara, Kolkata. पूज्य स्वामी जी, आपके चरण कमल में मैं नमन करता हूँ. So then other distinguished scholars and participants, the topic is for discussion. My presentation is Yoga philosophy and its relevance, influence in Southeast Asia. Presently, I am working as a visiting professor of Sanskrit here in Silpakan University Sanskrit Study Center, that is in Bangkok, Thailand. And here everything we are teaching to the Sanskrit students. So first of all, I will speak today regarding yoga, its meaning, and then its influence. So yoga is an invaluable ancient Indian practice with numerous benefits to both physical and mental health. Given the context of the current COVID-19 pandemic, including restriction on the movements for physical and mental well-being, of particular importance are proven benefits on general health and immunity enhancement, along with the globally accepted role as a stress booster. So yoga is famous nowadays all over the globe. So I must pray to Patanjali, the author of Yoga Sutra. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sarirasya cha vaidyakenah Yuvapakarattam pravaram muninam Patanjaling pranjali ranutosmi, who gave yoga for serenity and sanctity of mind, grammar for clarity and purity of speech, and medicine or perfection of health, let us bow before the noblest of sages, Maharshi Patanjali. So Patanjali is one of the greatest sages who has composed Yoga Sutra. And first of all, I will speak about the yoga. The term yoga has been used to imply different meanings both in ancient and contemporary literature. Before going deep into its meaning and definitions, etc., one thing is significant to note here that the present society is made after yoga. Really, it is people are just made after yoga. So 2 days back, we have celebrated International Yoga Day in Bangkok and in the premises of Indian Embassy, and other Indian people, those who are here, they also celebrated International Yoga Day. People, they are just uh, liking their yoga. They are performing different asanas uh, here. So during the last 2 decades, yoga has assumed worldwide significance. It has not remained only as a science of spirituality, but has proved to be a discipline of biological significance. A large number of people, especially from the modern educated class, uh, have keen interest in the study and practice of yoga. This sudden revival of interest in this ancient discipline is perhaps due to the popular belief that practice of yoga may provide mental peace and freedom from stress. Let us then see what exactly the yoga is. What, what do we mean by this word? Uh, how ancient its use, and what is the etymology behind this word yoga? The word yoga is derived from the root usually yoga, from the root use means to unite, to integrate uh, means a state of union or integration. It is the union of an individual soul, that is Divatma, with the divine, the cosmic or the supreme soul, that is Paramatma. In this context, it should be noted here that the root yuj has other two meanings like yuj samadhu or contemplation, and yuj Sanyamane, or to go into trance or meditate or to control. The same meaning is also found in the Unadi Kosa, where it is told, Yujyate sa yoga samadhi kalova. It is told in the Unadi Kosa, it is 4, 2 and 6. So uh, now one thing is clear, whatever may be the meaning of the root used, the word yoga is formed in the two ways, which with the addition of suffix ghaya or asun from the same root. So it is use gyan, it is yoga, and use asun also yoga. So yoga, actually we know its meaning, and suppose you will first uh, start with a little bit. I will just give one mantra from the Rig Veda, because Rig Veda, it is the most sacred book of our Hindu religion, and the Rig Veda is regarded as a treasure trove of knowledge and oldest book of the human record available so far in this world. The earliest occurrence of the word yoga is found in the Rig Veda age. Yasmat dhrite na siddhanti yajno vipaschitakasyana sa dhinang yoga minyuti. It is in the first mandal of the Rig Veda, and it means no sacrificial rite can perfectly be performed without yoga. Here, the word yoga has been used in the sense of concentration of mind, without which no significant work can perfectly be done. Patanjali, the great propounder of yoga, has defined later yoga in this very sense. I mean, concentration of mind, or yoga chitta vritti nirodha. That is a chitta vritti nirodha. The same sense you will find here in the Rig Veda, because Rig Veda is the earliest reference regarding yoga. So Patanjali might have get this sense from this Rig Veda. So Rig Veda actually speaks about the yoga and its different meanings in different contexts. However, the word yoga has been used in various meanings in Indian traditions, such as compound of drugs in medicine, the special situation of grahas and nakshatras in Jyotisha. In the Jyotisha Shastra, especially, we speak about various yogas. It is also the yoga. It is described there. And proficiency in job in Gita, yoga karmasu kausalam, it is very known to all of our scholars that yoga karmasu kausalam. Then number 4, control of fluctuations of mind in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. That is already I have told, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So I will give some references from other texts, like suppose we have so many texts. First of all, I will start it from little bit from Charaka Samhita, because nowadays we speak about Ayurveda, and we are also taking the Ayurvedic medicines for this unknown disease, that is this is the corona virus. So, but Ayurvedic text Charaka Samhita speaks about yoga. It says yoga moksha pravartaka. Yoga moksha pravartaka. It means yoga, through yoga you can get the moksha or mukti. So it is the way, it is the path through which you can get the highest destination of the life, that is the moksha, that is dharma, artha, kama and moksha. The moksha you can get through yoga, as it is told by Charaka in Charaka Samhita. But and its commentator Charaka Samhita, that is Chakrapani Datta, interprets yoga as yoga miti visaya vyabrutasya manasa atmaneva param yogam. So atmaneva param yogam. So according to Chakrapani, yoga is the concentration of mind and diverted from sense objects to the self. So the same, I mean, you have to concentrate your mind, because your mind is not static. And it is known that mana eva manusyanam karanam bandhamokshayo. That's why the mind is not static. It goes here and there. As one of the mantras in the Vedas, it speaks about tanme manaha siva sankalpamastu. So to concentrate your mind and your sense organs are also to be controlled. Otherwise, it's not easy to sit in meditation, because yoga is not the what we understand today. But we have to follow certain rules. So anyway, uh, the Nanartha Manjari, another text, it explains yoga as yoga sanghananupaya dhyana sangati yuktisu yoga sutre dravyalabhe viskambhadu cha bhesaje bapuhu stariye prayoge karmane vistabda ghatini. So here the term yoga is used to denote the act of yoking or joining, way or means or expedient, meditation, that is joining or union, profit or acquisition of wealth. One of the 27 astronomical yogas, like Viskambha, that is one of the yoga in the Jyotisha Shastra. So this text, Nanartham Manjari, has explained different meanings of yoga. So that is medicine, fitness of the body, application, magical art, it is karma, and letter of confidence. So this is explained by the commentator. So besides the term yoga, also recorded to denote spiritual presence, contact, and conjugation. So conjugation, that is actually it is also another meaning of yoga. So according to Sarada Tilak, that is a tantric text, very famous tantric text, Sarada Tilak. It defines yoga as atha yogam pravakshyami sangam sambit pradayakam ऐक्यम जीवात्मनोर आहुर योगम योगः विशारदः शिवात्मनोरभेदेन प्रजापतिः परे विदुः शिवशक्त्यात्मकं ज्ञानं जगुरागम वेदिनः. So it is very important because tantric text it explains about Shiva and Shakti, because it is the tantric the sadhakas, they worship Shakti as well as Shiva. So this verse is very important to speak about the meaning of yoga. It says, I shall tell you the yoga, the vesture of consciousness, moksha. It's the same thing that Sarada Tilaka has also speaks about through yoga you can get the liberation, the moksha, the mukti, the emancipation. The knowers of yoga tell the unity of all souls is yoga, but others say that the realization of the identification of Shiva and Atman is yoga. However, the knowers of Agama say that conveying of unity of Shiva and Shakti is yoga. It is very common that the unity of Shiva and Shakti is yoga. We know this Ardhanarishwara where half part is Shiva, half part is Shakti. So Shiva, where Shiva stays, Shakti also stays in the same. This is one. I mean, two sides of a coin. So Shiva cannot stay without Shakti. Shakti cannot stay without Shiva. So it is the union. It is the unity of Shiva and Shakti. This is the yoga also. It is explained in the Sarada Tilaka. The tantric text is very clear. So one who understands this unity, they get the moksha or the liberation. So actually, I will speak about about the Puranic text because the Puranas, so many Puranas, they explain the importance of yoga. First of all, I will just quote a verse from the Vishnu Purana. What it is told in the Vishnu Purana, it is Atma Prayatna Sapeksha Visishtaya Manogatihi Tasya Brahmani Samyogo Yoga Itya Abhidhiyate. So yoga means Atma Prayatna Sapeksha Visishtaya Manogati Tasya Brahmani Samyogo Yoga Itya Abhidhiyate. So yoga consists the contemplative devotion is the union with Brahma or God effected by that condition of mind which has attained perfection through these exercises which complete and control the self. Here, the word Atma Prayatna means the practices of the 5 yamas and 5 niyamas is told in Yoga Sutra, that is 230 and 32. So this text, Vishnu Purana, it highlights the importance of yoga. So then I will go another text, that is the Kurma Purana. What Kurma Purana speaks about yoga. It defines yoga as yatra sakshat prapasyanti vimukta vishwamishwaram sarvesam meva yoganam sa yoga paramo mataha. It is told that yoga in which all the liberated souls directly perceive the universe as one with Ishvara. That yoga is considered to be the greatest of all the yogas. So according to this is according to Kurma Purana. So then I will just speak about yoga, which is explained in Devi Purana, because Devi Purana, it speaks yoga is the union of Atman, organ, mind, and the like. The text says Atmendriya, Atmendriyam Adinang Sanyogo Yoga Uchyate. So, so that is the definition as described in the Devi Purana. The Agni Purana, one of the great Mahapuranas, 18 Mahapuranas, it explains yoga as Brahma Prakasakam Jnanam Yoga Stastrika Chittata Chitta Vritti Nirodhasya Jiva Brahmatmano Para. Very clear clarity you see here. Chitta Vritti Nirodhasya Jiva Brahmatmano Para. It's very clear here. Here the knowledge illuminates Brahman. One pointedness of Brahman is called is yoga. the uh, inhibition or restriction of the fluctuation, that is the vritti of the mind, is also called yoga, as told in the Yoga Sutras, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Similarly, the union of Brahman and Atman is also called yoga. The same thing is here, Jiva Brahmatmano Paraha. So the union of Brahman and Atman is called yoga. So this is explained in the Agni Purana. So, but very important and very, clear definition about yoga. So, regarding the significance of yoga, it is specifically explained in the Devi Purana. Again, I will quote from Devi Purana: "Jnanat bhavati vairagyam vairagyat dharma sanchayah dharmaccha yoga bhavati yogan maheshwara gunaha." So it is very clear here that the dissipation comes from the knowledge. The accumulation of merit is due to dissipation. Yoga is caused by dharma. Lordly qualities arise from the regular practice of yoga. So everything is possible from the regular practice of yoga. It is very clear in this Devi Purana also. The Markandeya Purana exclusively elaborates that the yogi's real union with Brahman is known as yoga. That is the true union of Atman uh, with the true union of Atman with Paramatman. So Atma and Paramatma. So when the Atma will unite with the Paramatman, that is also known as yoga, as explained by different texts, different Puranas. So, but here it is, the text says in its own way, Jnana Purvo Viyogo Yo Jnanena Ajnanena Saha Yogena Sa Muktir Brahmana Chaikyam Anyekam Prakriti Gunehi. It means a yogi's removal of ignorance. ज्ञान पूर्वो योगो तो अज्ञानेन सह योगिनः सामुक्तिर ब्रह्मणा चैक्यम अन्येकम prakriti gunaihi. So it means a yogi's removal of ignorance by the attainment of knowledge is liberation or moksha or mukti. This is the union with Brahman and disassociation from the qualities of nature. So hence yoga is the means of emancipation and is accomplished by the means of true knowledge. As properly said, mukti yoga tatha yoga samyak jnanan mahiyate. The Vayu Purana, another Purana, it speaks also about yoga. So because Puranic literature very vividly describes the importance of yoga, and because Puranic literature are very famous also these days. And here, what the Vayu Purana, it speaks, Sarvesam tapasam mukti hi tayo yogam anuttamam devan asritah brahma yogam yuktva sanatanam. So here yoga is considered as the best finance, and it is also known as the best method to connect with the God. As Lord Brahma, endowed with yoga and penance, had created the devas after practicing the external yoga. So yoga is the most excellent method to get every success in life and after life also. So it is very important as described here in the Vayu Purana. So in the Puranic literature, a number of yogas in different contexts are recorded, namely Kriya Yoga, Samadhi Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Laya Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, and Kundalini Yoga, Sabda Yoga, Apsarasa Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Sunya Yoga, Shraddha Yoga, Prema Yoga, Prayanti Yoga, Niskama Karma Yoga also, and Rajadhi Raja Yoga. That is Rajadhi Raja Yoga, Maha Yoga, Purna Yoga, Abhava Yoga, Sparsha Yoga, and Pasupatha Yoga, etc. and etc. So many yogas you will find in different texts and different contexts also. So in the context of Dhyana Yoga, because you see Dhyana Yoga, it is said in the Garuda Purana that Lord Narayana or Hari can be obtained by the way of yoga or meditation, through which the individual or the Atman would be united with the Parabrahman or Paramatman. So it is also told in the Garuda Purana. Again, the Shiva Purana has said about three kinds of yoga. It is the Jnana Yoga, Kriya Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. The Sanat Kumara said to Maharshi Vyasa, age Sanat Kumara is says to Lord Vyasa, age that is Jnana Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Bhakti Yoga तथैव च त्रयो मार्गः समाख्याता श्रीमातुर्भुक्तिमुक्तिदः ज्ञानयोगस्तु संयोगः चित्तसैवात्मना तु यः यस्तु बाह्यार्थसंयोगः क्रियायोगः स उच्यते भक्तियोगो मतो दिव्या आत्मनश्चैक्यभावनं त्रयाणाम् अपि योगानां क्रियायोगः स उच्यते. It is told in the Shiva Purana, so very one of the important Puranas. It speaks about these three yoga, Jnana, Kriya, and Bhakti. So the three paths of glorious mother have been narrated, which yield both widely pleasures and salvation. They are the paths of knowledge, holy rites, and devotion. The Jnana Yoga is the union of the mind with Atman, as explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Also, all these Bhakti Yoga, Kriya Yoga, all these are explained in Gita also. So Bhakti Yoga is the concept of unity of Atman with Goddess. So through this yoga, the connection between self with the gods, or so with the Paramatman also, you can say the Atman with Paramatman is possible as described in the Shiva Purana. So the union with the Atman with Paramatman is told in different Puranic texts. According to Bhagavata Purana, this Bhagavata Purana is also very popular Purana. In Kali Yoga especially, there are three kinds of yoga: Bhakti, Jnana, and Ashtanga Yoga. Bhakti and Jnana and Ashtanga Yoga. Because Ashtanga Yoga you will find the description in the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, but here this Purana Bhagavat also speaks about Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. The purpose of all yoga is to detach one's sense activities from this material world, and the text elaborates this under age, because the etaban eva, because what is the text? Etaban eva yogena samagre ganeha yoginah yujyate abhimato hyartho yadangastu krishnasaha. This is Bhagavad Purana, that is chapter 3. So this it means the greatest common understanding of all the experience is complete detachment from the matter, complete detachment from the matter, that is the vastu, which can be achieved by different kinds of yoga. So if you practice yoga, you have to detach from the materials, as it is advised in the in this Purana. So the Matsya Purana also, another Purana, is also explaining and the two kinds of yoga, that is the Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. The text rightly explains, that is Karma Yogam cha Bhakshyami yatha Vishnu vibhasitam Jnana Yoga sahasradhi Karma Yoga prasasyate Karma Yoga bhavam jnanam tasmat paramam padam Karma jnanodbhavam brahma nacha jnana karmana nacha jnana karmana. So I shall tell you the Karma Yoga, the path of action, as narrated by Lord Vishnu. The Karma Yoga is praised as 1,000 times greater than the Jnana Yoga, or the path of knowledge. So knowledge is the outcome of path of action. So from one reaches that the ultimate goal, liberation. So Brahman realization is from karma and jnana, action and knowledge, because you have to get the knowledge first, and then you have to do the karma. You have to sit in meditation or in samadhi, because that is the karma part. The jnana part, you have to know about the Paramatman. So first of all, you have to understand, you have to realize what is Paramatman, what is Atman. So after knowing all these things, then you sit for the meditation, that is the karma part. So jnana and karma, these two are the most important way to get the salvation. That is the through yogic way you can get uh, the Paramatman, you can unite it with the Paramatman. So regarding the modes of worship to the God, the Matsya Purana, how to worship the God. Here it is a very important thing, because it's not easy to worship the God. I mean, without knowing anything, without understanding anything, you cannot worship. You have to know the process. You have to know some, you can say, the method how to worship. So the text says, amantro अमन्त्रो मन्त्रपो देवी द्विविधो विधिरुच्यते सांख्यं चैवाथः चैव अथः योगस्य द्विविधो योग उच्यते. So it is told that there are two prescribed modes of worship, one without any mantras or incantations, and the other with mantra yoga. It means of means of realization. That is the mantra yoga. So it is the mantra yoga. It is also another yoga that is described here. Mm. So Matsya Purana has also discussed about dharana yoga, and through the practice of this yoga, one can go nearer towards the liberation, as the text says. Uh, what is the text? Is very important text. It says about this Ashtanga yoga, which is very famous in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, but here it is described in Matsya Purana as Yama, Niyama, Yajna Dana, Veda, Bhasascha Dharana Yoga, Toda Bhakte, Sarmamidam Narahati, He Kala Sahasransam. It is told in the Matsya Purana very clearly. So, self control, it means self control, austerity, sacrifice, charity, and study of the Vedas are called Dharana Yoga, or spiritual practices which sustain to move on the path to emancipation. But all this does not deserve to be equaled and are thousands part of devotion to you. So it is the yoga which is explained in different Puranas. So, but anyway, I now a little bit because the sadhakas, it is the important part, because the yogi who practices yoga is known as yogi, is very important these days. And I because there are so many texts which speaks about the importance of yoga. Uh, because the analysis of the context in which yoga occurs in different already lexicons already I have explained. So, but in three ways it will explain with three meanings. First, the ways or the means, union, and the samadhi. The use of the word yoga also, because in Mahabharata also, because already I have explained what it is in Puranas. In the use of the word yoga in these three meanings may be illustrated with a number of contexts in the epics, and epics, Upanishads, and other allied literature. The word appears have been used profusely in the Mahabharata to denote the way or means for achieving goal, or as a means for achieving the state of summonized by Lord Krishna, advised by Lord Krishna to the Pandavas for the achieving and the victory over Kauravas, which could include the diplomacies of the war and planning as at the battlefield. All these appear to have been referred by the word yoga. According to some interpreters, Lord Krishna was called Yogeshwara. It is also very famous, Yogeshwara Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara. You know this verse, it is very popular in Gita. So Yogeshwara, who is Krishna, is known as Yogeshwara mainly because he could help the Pandavas in killing their enemies with the help of different yogas. That is the ways and means leading to their victory. Lord Krishna could also be called Yogeshwara. Already I have told you, because he was able to think of yoga, that is the self-realization. Probably he could practice, perceive the yoga means who could practice yoga, that is the self-realization, and thus there is no fundamental difference between the two aspects of the word yoga. Similarly, the three popular paths of yoga are enunciated in the Bhagavad Gita. The Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga may be interpreted as the means of methods of achieving goal, and the word yoga used in the term of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga may actually means the means or methods. Perhaps this could be the reason why one comes across the word Karma Marga, Jnana Marga, and Bhakti Marga in place of Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So, Mahabharata explained this yoga in different contexts. Besides, the use of the word yoga denoting ways means to upaya is also understood to mean a union of two different things, which is stated earlier. Uh, so, in fact, the word yoga used in this sense in the also in the our Vedic Sanghita or in Vedic text, which should be which I have already referred one verse from the mantra from the Rig Veda. So uh, some other verses are also available in the Vedic Sanhitas regarding the importance of yoga and its different meanings. Uh, so it is very it can be stated here that though through the word yoga has been used in three different meanings, namely upaya, and that is the upaya, sanyoga, and samadhi. All these three have one the same attribute, for unless one is an union between the self and the object, there may not be any self-realization or samadhi, and unless there is self-realization, there may not emerge upaya. Lord Krishna also helped Arjuna by showing him many yogas, many upayas, because he was a great yogi. That is, he was capable of self-realization or samadhi. Thus, the word yoga seems to become multidimensional in its use in different contexts, in different texts of our Indian tradition. So now, so this is very uh, important thing for us to understand the present yoga, which is very popular these days in different, because in the Charaka Samhita also, uh, I have told it is explained as yoga moksha pravartaka. Yoga is the cause of release. Another quotation is we found natasya yogo najara namrityuh praptasya yoga grimayam sariram. So if somebody else is practicing yoga, so he'll free from all the diseases. So it is, I mean, disease will not touch a person who is regularly practicing yoga or asanas. So yoga is not that only the yogasana. Yoga nowadays it is very common that if you speak this word yoga, generally the people understand, yes, yoga means some exercise. It's not like that. Yoga is not exercise. We have a yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, dhyana, samadhi. So we have 8 parts of yoga. It is yama, niyama, asana also. Because asana, nowadays also people they are doing so many asanas. Sthiram, sukham, asanam. So, so this is the asana, because so many asanas are popular, and one have to practice these asanas with concentration, with some rules and regulation. So we have to learn many things from the our seers, from our yogis, from our yogic persons, from our sadhus, from our munis regarding this yoga and its various implications. practices, because pranayama also is a part of yoga. It's not that only the Vedic exercise that we do every day. It's not like that, because it's okay. You have to do different asanas, yeah, but you have to do some pranayamas also. So pranayama is also an important part of yoga. So it is very essential for a human being to practice pranayama along with asanas and meditation also, dhyana also. Then samadhi, finally the samadhi. So there are different, I mean, 8 parts of yoga. One should know it, one should read it, one should understand it, one should follow it, one should do it in his practical life, because without doing this, you are not a perfect man. You cannot stay niroga. Niroga means if you really want that your body should free from all the diseases. That's why it is essential for each and everyone to practice the yoga. Now, so far as the relevance of yoga in these times is concerned, it has become very much essential for one of us to make the society no tension, no anger, no jealousy, no hatredness, etc. And on the contrary, we need a society of brotherhood, fellow feelingness, and respect for all. Respect, because nowadays we don't respect to a Swami, to a Muni, to a teacher, because it is very important. If you are a true yogi, if you are a true practitioner of yoga, if you are a true follower of yoga, you must respect to a person, senior person, to a teacher. Uh, so it is told in the Manusmriti, Abhivadana Silasya Nityang Buddhopasevina Chatvari Tasya Vardhante Ayur Vidya Yasobalam. So you must get the ayu, you must get that your ayu, your age will be increased. Because if you respect our seniors, if you respect our teachers, so definitely you will get these 4 things that will be increased in your mind, in your body, and you will be healthy, you will be wealthy, because wealthy person is not a healthy person, but a healthy person, definitely I can say, he is a wealthy person also, because health is the most important thing. Sarira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. It is a very common thing, because first you see your body, then everything you do accordingly. If you are fit, then you should do everything. Because if you are not fit, maybe mentally, maybe physically, because mental health is essential these days. That's why one has to understand, one has to understand these yogic practices. That's why mental, because mental is, because you see, without uh, proper mental health, you cannot concentrate your mind, because it is told, mana eva manusyanam karanam bandhamokshayo. The mind is the main thing here. Mind is the real cause for the bandhanas, for the ajnanas, for the avidyas, and that is the ignorance. If your mind will try to, I mean, free from all these avidyas, ignorance, through yogic practices, it's very good. And the mind is to be concentrated. Mind, the sense organs, and the mind are the very important aspects of our human body. We have to control over our uh, body and mind, because without mind you cannot get the liberation also. This is the most important thing, because liberation is possible if you control over your mind. Taname mana Shiva Sankalpamastu. It is told in the Yajurveda. Yajjagato duram modaiti daivang tadusuptasya pathaivati durangamam jyotisang jyotirikam taname mana Shiva Sankalpamastu. It is very important to control over your mind, and because your mind is, if it is purified, then everything you will get. And without the proper mind, you cannot move further. So because this yogic practices, also you have to take the proper diet also. According to the season, we have to take proper diet. So eating very simple and healthy vegetarian food, that is most important these days, because so because this food, I mean, this ahara and vihara, these are the 2 aspects of yogic practices. Because ahara should be ahara suddho sattva suddhi. Ahara should be very purified one, very simple one. And Bihar means after getting some ahara, you have to go for the Bihara. You should to move. At least your mind should be free if you have a morning walk, evening walk, and all these things should be common with the yogic practices. So all these things are explained in the yogic text, in the Yoga Sutra, in the Quranic text, in the epics, and everywhere you will find all these things are described. So the conclusion. So what I will speak here, because you see, to conclude, I can say, can we say that the yoga is a very widely used term with multifarious meanings. It is very difficult to give one single definition of yoga, which may be represent to all the meanings which this term appears in the traditional and contemporary literature. In the context of recent revival of interest in yoga throughout the world, the word yoga appears to have been used in many more hitherto under no unknown meanings. Probably it is in the one term which has been repeated, the maximum with the most wider meanings in the Indian literature, as it is one of such thoughts that has been brought to the knowledge of maximum number of people of the present generation. So yoga is explained in different contexts. So finally, regarding its impact in Southeast Asia, so I will speak that the countries like Thailand is very, I mean, one of the very, you can say, known known country in this region, because the Buddhist people, mostly the Buddhist people, they are very innocent. They are monks. They follow also the Buddhist and advices. And I, because though as a teacher, I see and I understand the Buddhist people, they follow, they do, they practice the yogic asanas. The people of Thailand regularly they're practicing yogasanas, uh, and also they learn yogic texts also, because I am teaching yogic texts to them. And as far as other countries like Laos, like Vietnam, like Cambodia, like Philippines, like Myanmar, so the people of these countries also, they also practice yoga and different asanas, because the international yoga day, which already we have celebrated on 21st of this month. So it is very important, not only for Indians, but also for other people, those who are staying in Southeast Asia and other countries also, because Southeast Asia, especially they follow the advice of Lord Buddha. And Buddha, as we know, in India, Buddha is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So that's why Buddhist people, they are very liberal, and they are also very keen to understand, to know, to practice different yogic postures for their body and mind, because we in our we have the Indian Cultural Center here in Bangkok, which is under Indian Embassy, and we have some teachers that teach yoga to the Thai people also, because they understand its importance. Uh, so that's why nowadays in Southeast Asia, yoga is very popular, and because due to its good impact, because they know, they understand its impact upon the mind and body. That's why they are very fit. Uh, because we are the Vishwaguru, we the Indians, because as Maharshi Manu has told, etat desha prasutasya sakasat agrajanmana swam samcharitram shiksheran prithibhyam sarvamanava. We the Indians, uh, we the teachers of India, we must teach to our other countries, other people, our Indian culture. But it is the yoga is an Indian culture, and we are trying our best to teach the other people of our different countries, especially Southeast Asia. So by the influence of yoga, the people must uh, stay safe and free from this COVID-19. This is the pandemic. This is very, very important these days. We should follow the yogic methods, the yogic prayas, and so that we can stay healthy, we can stay, we free from all the diseases. So finally, I will recite one verse, then I will stop today. Now, the finally, you can say, Om Purnamadah Purnamadmidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Om Om. So I'm really very thankful and thankful, and I'm expressing my deeply gratitude to Swamiji, mm, and other authorities of Ramakrishna Mission. And this is the centenary college. So really, it is a great opportunity for me to speak on yoga. So मैं आप सभी के प्रति आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ. I am very really thankful to you all, especially Swamiji. I am respecting you. I am really, really very grateful to you for giving me this opportunity to speak on this occasion, especially on this International Yoga Day. Thank you very much. Thank you, Swamiji, and other distinguished scholars. Namaskar. Sarvebhyo namo namah. Dhanyavada.
So, namaste, sir. So now we are just like 1 hour, we are listening the talk from Professor N.C. Panda, and he actually talks regarding the different aspects of yoga. Yoga is a very age-old philosophy of India. This is mentioned not only in Vedas, Upanishads, and many Puranas, also Charaksha Samhitas, almost all ancient literature. And particularly the India, it is practiced many years. So yoga is necessary for controlling not only body but also mind. And after all, he explained that this yoga philosophy is very much accepted to the Southeast Asia, especially Bangkok, this Laos and Vietnam and other countries. Their peoples are very much practicing this yoga for the mental peace and tranquility. So I actually express my heartiest regard once again for giving such a good, informative lecture in this yoga day. So I express my heartiest regards to him, and also on behalf of the college, I express my heartiest thanks also for participating in this International Yoga Day. So now our second talk actually, the second speaker is Dr. Jagannath Patilji, and he actually, before starting his speech, I actually introduced him. An internationally recognized quality assurance professional, Dr. Jagannath Patil is the former president of Asia Pacific Quality Network APQN, the regional network of quality assurance body from over 50 countries. Besides being the first India to head APQN, he was also an elected president of Global Quality Network INQAAHE in 2015 to 2016. Being the first Asian expert to become INQAAHE president, he is also the founder chairperson of Asia Pacific Quality Register. He currently serves as APQN board as co-opted director as the chairperson of APQN Council from 2019 to 2022. With experience of his long tenure as advisor at National Assessment and Accreditation Council of India, Jagannath Patilji has now moved to Japan on invitation to NIADQE as a specially appointed professor. As the convener of first global summit on quality higher education with 16 international partners organized by NAC and APQN, which culminated in historic Bengaluru Statement 2016 on next generation quality assurance in higher education, Dr. Jagannath Patilji has played key role in pressing NAC and India prominently on global quality scenarios. He was coordinated accreditation exercise of about 1,500 higher educational institutions. Dr. Patil was the convener of the core working group which designed revised accreditation framework and also the convener core committee to implement the revised accreditation framework of the NAC India. Among various recognitions, Dr. Jagannath Patilji is the recipient of International Award of Government of Australia titled the Endeavour India Award 2007, Decennial Felicitation Award by APQN 2013, Flag of Honor by ONESQA Thailand 2014, Lifetime Achievement Award by Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad, India, 2017. Having visited over 50 countries, he is one of the sought-after speakers in quality assurance fraternity among the world and has delivered keynote speeches in Asia, Europe, Africa, and America. He has served on many working groups of UNESCO. As the convener of Global Yoga Accreditation Summit on Yoga Higher Education, with 7 international quality assurance agencies under the ambit of yoga education organized by National Assessment and Accreditation Council India and co-organized by Asia Pacific Quality Network and the Permanent Mission of India to the United Nations, which culminated in historic New York Bengaluru Statement 2019 towards a global ecosystem in yoga higher education through collaboration, mainstreaming, and accreditation. Dr. Jagannath Patilji has played key role in pressing NAC and India prominently on global yoga quality assurance scenarios. Recently, Dr. Patil has appointed as specially appointed professor at National Institute for Academic Degrees and Quality Enhancement of Higher Education, Tokyo, Japan, for a period of 1 year since October 2019. NIADQE, that is the this quality assurance cell, is a premier quality assurance agency of Japan under the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology. So with these few words, I once again express my regards, gratitude to Patilji for respond his actually consent to deliver this talk in this beautiful afternoon, and his actually topic of the today's discussion, it is mainstreaming of yoga higher education to accreditation around the world. So Patilji, please start your valuable deliberation. Patilji.
धन्यवाद धन्यवाद स्वामी जी।
नमस्ते।
अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिन के अवसर पर मैं सभी जो योगी जन यहाँ पे है, सभी स्कॉलर्स है, विद्यार्थी छात्र है, छात्राएं हैं, सभी जो भाई बहन हैं उनको मैं साधुवाद देता हूँ, धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे इस लायक समझा कि ऐसे इस पवित्र भूमि में ये जो कार्यक्रम हो रहा है, जहाँ पे दुनिया के सबसे महान योगी जो विवेकानंदा जी थे, वहाँ की जन्मभूमि, उनकी जन्मभूमि व कर्मभूमि में यह अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योगा दिन का कार्यक्रम हो रहा है और उसे मुझे आज बुलाया है। मैं अपने आप को भाग्यशाली समझता हूँ और यह एक क्या कह सकते हैं, वेरी प्लेजेंट कोइंसिडेंस है कि आजकल मैं जापान गवर्नमेंट की सेवा में हूँ। जैसे कि आपको पता है, जापान एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ स्वामी विवेकानंद जी गए थे, 1 महीने के लिए वहां पे रहे थे। शिकागो में उन्होंने जो अपना जगह विख्यात संबोधन किया, उसके पहले वो वहां रहे थे और वहां से उन्होंने लिखा था कि भारत के हर एक व्यक्ति को अपने जिंदगी में कभी ना कभी जापान में रहना चाहिए और सीखना चाहिए कि किस तरह से राष्ट्रवाद होता है, किस तरह से लोग राष्ट्र को प्रेम करते हैं, कैसे आदमी होना चाहिए। ऐसे जगह पे मैं आजकल रह रहा हूँ और मुझे बड़ा गर्व है कि मैं आज इस विवेकानंद जी की जन्मभूमि और कर्मभूमि में आपके साथ योगा के बारे में बात करने का सौभाग्य रखता हूँ। जैसा कि स्वामी जी ने कहा, आज का मेरा जो टॉपिक है वो टॉपिक है अबाउट मेन स्ट्रीमिंग ऑफ योगा हायर एजुकेशन एक्रेडिटेशन throughout the world. So it is as I am not a yogic expert, as जैसे कि आपने अभी नंदा जी को सुना, बहुत ही इलोक्वेंटली उन्होंने कहा कि जैसे हमारी संस्कृति की धरोहर कैसे योगा की गिफ्ट हमने दुनिया भर को दी है। तो आई एम नॉट अ स्पेशलिस्ट इन योगा, बट मैं योगा के क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस या एक्रेडिटेशन में अपने आप को एक अभ्यासक समझता हूँ और यही मेरा एक क्षेत्र है जिसके बारे में मैंने कुछ काम किया है और आज मैं इसी के बारे में आपके साथ बात करूंगा। तो टॉपिक है मेनस्ट्रीमिंग ऑफ योगा हायर एजुकेशन थ्रू एक्रेडिटेशन अराउंड द वर्ल्ड। एंड आज मैं जो भी कहने जा रहा हूँ ये सारा मेरे नैक में मैंने जो काम किया है पिछले 2 साल में, खास करके आचार्य डॉक्टर नागेंद्र जी जो एस व्यासा संस्थान के चांसलर है और आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के योगा गुरु रह चुके हैं, उनके मार्गदर्शन में हमने नैक में एक बहुत बड़ा कदम उठाया कि योगा के मूल्यांकन का, प्रत्यायन का, द एक्रेडिटेशन ऑफ योगा हायर एजुकेशन नॉट ओनली इन इंडिया बट अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, हाउ वी डू दैट इनिशिएटिव वी हैड टेकन अप, and I am going to basically share you that journey of what we have done and what perhaps has to be done in the future. I begin with greetings again to Swamiji, who says, through practice comes yoga, through yoga comes knowledge, through knowledge, love, and through love, bliss. So, the brief outline is, as I said, I will talk briefly about the status of yoga higher education accreditation in higher education in India, how it is spread and what are the current aspects of it. And I will also share briefly how yoga is rapidly spreading around the world and what is its status in respect to higher education, research, and accreditation, and what are the challenges of mainstreaming it. Then I will come to the specific issue of yoga accreditation initiative by the NAC. I assume that most of you, being the higher education people in higher education, are aware about NAC, but again briefly tell you about NAC also and its accreditation activities. And then I will share the journey of 2 years, how step by step we developed the framework for yoga accreditation for India, and also the initiative to take it at global level through New York Bengaluru vision statement for yoga accreditation. Then I will also talk about the way forward. We have released this New York Bengaluru vision statement in the august presence of Honorable Minister of HRD Nishank ji, Pokhriyal Nishank ji, and also our Ayush Minister. In their presence, we have released this vision statement, and we are looking forward to really starting this action on yoga accreditation in India and around the world. I just wanted to confirm, Swamiji, am I audible?
Yes, sir. It is nicely audible. You please continue, sir. Everything
Yeah,
okay.
and you can also see my presentation.
Yes, yes, very nicely, sir. Please continue,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, thank you. I just wanted to confirm. I don't want to be talking
Understood, understood.
without knowing where. Yoga has to be confirmed. It cannot be one-way dialogue.
Yeah, correct, sir. Correct, sir.
Yes. So I will not spend much time on talking about yoga, its philosophy and its foundation. I am talking amongst the yogis, those the people who have devoted their life to the yogic sciences. So I did not explain much, but I will talk only relevant aspects of yogic sciences and why we are talking about its accreditation around the world. As many of you are aware, yoga, India's one of the ancient practices, is now inscribed as an element in the UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. It is a very rare kind of what you can say recognition that yoga has got. So it has the world recognizes now that yoga is cultural heritage of humanity, and that is gifted by India to the world. And as we all know proudly, the International Day of Yoga, which started with the push of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, and which had many of you may be aware that this resolution of International Day of Yoga was supported by as many as 175 countries in the world. No other resolution in the United Nations has been such overwhelmingly sponsored. 175 nations co-sponsoring one resolution, and which was passed unanimously in the General Assembly. And it was really my pleasure and privilege last year in April 2019 to be at the same place, United Nations Organization, and undertake the Global Yoga Accreditation Summit, and coming out with this New York Bengaluru vision statement on yoga accreditation. So successive to the declaration of International Day of Yoga by WHO has actually come out after consulting various experts what is called as the Common Yoga Protocol. We know that yoga has now created a global wave of peace and tolerance, not just in Western countries, but it has stretched across Canada, Europe, Middle East, China, New Zealand, Australia. So many countries now are following the practice and also studies of yoga. Today, yoga has become painstakingly a worldwide phenomenon. It has taken the world by tempest, and it is gaining reputation day by day. And we see in these times of COVID-19, we get the videos from Italy, we see the videos from UK, and see how the patients, the people who were suffering from COVID-19 got their strength, got their immunity by practicing of yoga. So this is very reassuring that India's gift to the world is being increasingly recognized. And now we know that in India, large number of universities have now started their own departments. Not only in India, but other countries also, yoga departments or yoga institutions are being started. As per the statistics that we have, about 36.7 million Americans were practicing yoga by 2016, and it is expected that in few years, this figure will go to more than 55 millions. It is estimated that about 300 million people practice some kind of yoga worldwide. So this is a very huge following across the world. Now, while we can be really happy and proud that this yoga is spreading worldwide its popularity, but there are some concerns, and we know that the yoga that is followed in some or many parts of the world is actually not in its truest essence. In many places, the yoga has turned out to be just a studio fitness or alternative to some kind of gyms or something like that. Even currently I am in Japan, Tokyo, and I see in many places yoga advertisement and yoga programs are mostly linked around the fitness centers. So it has become more linked, intensely linked with the fitness rather than the whole philosophy, as Pandaji was explaining. So there are mushrooming of institutions offering a multitude of programs, but without enough quality, leading to the widespread concerns. So to just talk about the business, yoga has become, we like it or
Your
not,
sound
but
is
yoga
not
has become.
sir.
Ji, hello, hello.
It's microphone, sir.
Is it okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. I was saying that we Indians don't like that yoga should be called as a business or something like that. But unfortunately, whatever we may like it or not, globally, yoga has become a big business. And, they call it as a pillets and yoga industry, which consists of yoga classes, pillets classes, and then, there is associated merchandise sales and accreditation training, etc. This has become a matter of revenue. It is expected that by 2019 it would have become a $12 billion revenue, and it is growing. They say it is growing by 6.8%. Our employees are also growing, but primarily it has become a big business in many parts of the world. And as I was telling, in many parts, it has become a part of a fitness workout, as a studio workout. And our intention, or the intention of the policymakers in India, the visionaries, like many people, you will see their names in coming slides that I'm going to show you. They want that it should go beyond that, and the people around the world should understand the true meaning of yoga, the Ashtanga yoga, the whole all tenets of yoga, its philosophy. Everything should be clearly understood by the people around the world. And that's why we have taken this initiative. We undertook a desktop study in NAC in 2019, and we found out that there are about 60 university departments in the country. Some, due to the push by the Ministry of HRD, which started promoting yoga departments in some of the central universities. But besides that, there are other universities and there are a good number of colleges, and we found that about 200 programs are being offered in different ways around the country. And if you go beyond India, very few yoga programs are offered in higher education institutions. There are some yoga education institutions, definitely, but they offer programs which are outside the formal ambit of the higher education. It means they are not offering some bachelor's degree or a proper diploma of the university or a master's degree, or in India we offer even PhD, doctorate in yoga. So such things are generally not there outside India. A few universities in USA are there, which are offering such kind of programs. A handful, maybe 5, 6. The number, we conducted global survey, wrote to many people and tried to find out how many proper higher education programs are offered around the world by different universities and colleges. We couldn't get the number. We couldn't get the proper number. It was not even a two digit. So perhaps we need to do more study. But one thing we realized that these institutions prefer to stay out of the proper regulatory or higher education ambit. They prefer to operate as a standalone or independent institutions. Some of them have some market reputation. People respect them, like some Swamijis will be there, some reputed yogis will be there in their name. Perhaps people can go to that courses. But a large chunk, what we apprehend is that it is kind of a business. And therefore, when the accreditation has been undertaken by some US organization, you will be surprised to know that globally, there is no official accreditation of yoga programs. Accreditation is very, very important. I will tell you why it is important. It is important because you are assuring that the students or the customers, the consumers or users of any higher education, any education, is not duped, is not cheated by giving some improper education. That's why the accreditation is there in the world. In India, you know that NAC is an accreditation body which has accredited few hundred universities and thousands of colleges in the country, and people respect NAC and the accreditation to ensure that the education quality is acceptable, the standards are acceptable. So in yoga also same thing needs to be done around the world, so that people can differentiate between a good quality authentic yoga and some kind of yoga which is done for the purpose of some kind of business or something like that. So this is very important. And the philosophy of launching this initiative was to ensure that any yoga program should have one philosophical foundation, it should have an authentic curriculum, there should be some research, innovation, and also some extension of yogic ecosystem. They should have proper facilities for therapy and appropriate learning resources, and they should have some capacity for application of the domain. So it is very important to create this space for authentic yoga in the mainstream education and make it a career choice. And there is a need for its education and practices. And we also need to ensure that the programs offered are well contained within a homogeneous international standard quality framework. As I was talking to you, what are the benefits of accreditation? The first benefit is that the society gets the confidence that this is a proper education. This is accredited by experts who know this area. That therefore accreditation is students are also assured, and also it is a benefit for the institution also, because then they are not competing with the studios. If this college wants to offer, this Vivekananda Centenary College wants to offer a program in Sri Lanka or in Bangkok or in say Malaysia through online mode or some collaboration, it can do so because it is a reputed accredited college. And if they can perhaps compete with some local college which does not have any proper faculty, which has a knowledge of yoga, they will not have all the facilities or knowledge. Their curriculum may not be up to the mark, but they will still offer the program. So this is a benefit for the proper colleges which are offering authentic program. Accreditation is a kind of a weapon or defense against the bogus providers. So therefore, I think accreditation for any field is very, very important, and accreditation for yoga education is particularly important for all the educational institutions offering yoga programs, because then they can stand up very well in India, anywhere, and around the world, anywhere. Because if they are linked with a reputed accreditation body like NAC, or they are linked like Asia Pacific Quality Network, then people around the world can have a confidence that yes, this is a program.
Sorry sir, your sound is not clear. Sir, आपका sound नहीं आ रहा है.
I'm sorry. I'll just maybe I will perhaps I will make that point again. I was trying to make the point that any educational institution. पंडा जी ठीक है अभी?
अभी तो ठीक है.
हाँ ठीक, धन्यवाद.
प्रोफेसर ठीक है.
हाँ जी. तो accreditation that way works as it can help you differentiate from bad providers or not so good providers with a good quality. जिसे हम कहते हैं ना हमारी संस्कृति में नीरक क्षीर विवेक, पानी से दूध को अलग करना. ये जो हमने कहा है कि दूध का दूध होना चाहिए, पानी का पानी होना चाहिए, तो एक्रेडिटेशन यही काम करता है कि आपको दूध क्या है बताता है और पानी क्या है बताता है. And with the guidance and the blessings of, as I was telling, Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji, who is currently the chairman of the Inter-University Center for Yogic Sciences, he is the person who was behind this mission. He, guided us, encouraged us to undertake this mission. And as many of you are aware, that Government of India and the University Grants Commission has now come up with a dedicated center to promote the yogic higher education and research. This is called as Inter-University Center for Yogic Sciences. This is also one of the inter-university centers, just like NAC is, and it is being set up in Bangalore. Currently, Delhi IUC director is the acting director, Pandeyji of that. And this has come into existence to strengthen the knowledge base of yoga and yogic science by generating new knowledge, to develop a strong resource base for yogic sciences using general and specialized research, to build information bank about the policies and practices in yoga education in India and abroad, to develop strategies for academic empowerment and appraisal of teachers, instructors, and institutions involved in yoga education, to develop networking arrangements among the yoga institutions, then to promote the yoga activities through seminars, workshops around the world and in India, and to disseminate the benefits of yoga and its practices by scientific means. So this is very important, that yoga is being strengthened at the higher education level by strengthening its scientific approach. And since July 2018, NAC undertook the process of developing mechanism for accreditation. You know that NAC is a national accreditation body under the University Grants Commission. We are currently the only accreditation body in India which does institutional accreditation. There is a program accreditation body called National Board of Accreditation. They are into program accreditation of engineering, management, etc. NAC does the institutional accreditation. So NAC has been very well accepted. Over 300 universities have been accredited. More than 10,000 colleges accredited by NAC. So NAC's practice and NAC's process is accepted not only in India, but around the world. Globally, NAC is now a recognized organization. So it was very obvious that this responsibility was taken by NAC. And we started this exercise by a national workshop on yoga accreditation in August 2018. And experts from different universities and colleges were invited. And the current framework of NAC's assessment and accreditation, as you may be knowing, is based on a quality indicator framework. Incidentally, I have been the coordinator or convener of this NAC's revised accreditation framework. So I was given this responsibility to lead this mission of developing the accreditation framework for yoga. And we formed this core working group under Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji. There were experts from the different universities in India. And we came out with this framework, synthesizing the NAC's framework, which has about 30 plus indicators and 130 plus 30 plus key aspects, and then quantitative, qualitative indicators. And a study was conducted around the country. We conducted a pilot study, got the data from more than 50 colleges and universities in the country, and then developed a draft quality indicator framework for yoga, hosted it on the website, again received the feedback from all over the country, and then developed a framework for yoga higher education program. What you can see is in your front, you can see there are, and it is largely in alignment with existing framework of NAC for accreditation of colleges and universities. I'm going to tell you the differences. What you can see in the green color are the specific indicators, key indicators we have added for the yogic sciences programs. You can see that program mission and outcomes. We have given a thrust on the philosophical foundations and authenticity of yoga. Then yoga for health, you can see, then extension of yogic ecosystem, then yoga for peace and harmony, yoga for youth, and application of yoga. These are some key things that we have added in this framework. These are some of the details I can skip because I am sure this presentation will be made available by the organizers to everyone. So if you have any doubts, you can write back to me, but I want to be little saving time so that you can ask some questions. So this is you can see the outline of the yoga quality indicator framework. These 7 criteria. Curricular foundations of yoga is the first criteria, and then teaching, learning, evaluation, and responsible yoga, then research, and then infrastructure, student support, governance, and institutional values and best practices. This is the framework. There are also other modalities of like the next processes of it. There is an initial screening called in IIQA, then there is a eligibility, and there are so many procedures which we had proposed that they would remain same as that is for the colleges or universities, and outcome also can be the same, that is starting from C to B plus, B double plus, A and A double plus, like that. That is the model, and this is we also proposed. This is just a proposed one, and we have submitted it to the General Council of NAC, and I know we are waiting for the final approval. The NAC is waiting for the final approval of this document, but this is the eligibility criteria for any program offered in yoga in India. We have also developed the eligibility criteria for the international providers. If there is any institution, say in Bangkok or in USA or in Japan or Australia, they want to get accreditation, this is the eligibility criteria that we have proposed. And after developing all this set of instruments, we organized a yoga accreditation summit at national level on 6th March 2019. 60 delegates from over 50 universities participated. We had a threadbare discussion on all the metrics, all the parameters of yoga program accreditation, the qualitative metrics, the quantitative metrics, and it was unanimously accepted as the national framework by the stakeholders for the programmatic accreditation of yoga. And I'll be acknowledging the colleagues who contributed in that. But this was the first draft which was accepted by the stakeholders, and it is ready for launch. The moment the clearance is received from the highest authorities of NAC, UGC, and Ministry, the NAC should be in a position to launch this framework for accreditation of programs. This is, you see this picture from the, it was co-hosted by the S. Vyasa University in Bangalore, along with NAC. The second level was to go to global stage, and as Guruji Nagendra Guruji was very keen that we should take it to the international level and nothing less than United Nations. So we organized this Global Yoga Accreditation Summit, beginning of a conversation towards a global ecosystem in yoga higher education through accreditation. It was on 26th and 27th April 2019 at the headquarters of the United Nations in the USA, in collaboration with the Permanent Mission of India to the UN and Asia Pacific Quality Network, which is a network of quality bodies in over 50 countries in Asia Pacific. Large number of stakeholders, but key stakeholders, policymakers, you can say, were invited from USA, Canada, United Kingdom, China, Italy, Australia, India. They participated in all the deliberations, and a draft was proposed by the core team, and I was very happy to be instrumental in preparing that draft, and which was called as New York Bengaluru Vision Statement, to which I will come soon. So this is a picture from taken in the United Nations hall where we organized this program. You can see the Swamiji also participating there, representing Ramakrishna Mission family, and you can see the United Nations, India's ambassador, APQN president. You can see the World Health Organization nominee also there, and various experts from India and abroad at the United Nations headquarters. And this was the set of speakers who took part in the deliberations of this summit. And these are the participating organizations. You can see that different organizations which participated in this in global summit. After the success of this global summit, we initiated this draft of the New York Bengaluru Vision Statement and had extensive consultations, because not all people were able to participate in the global summit at UN. We sent the draft around the world to different institutions within India, outside India, got their feedback, synthesized all those things, and then we came out with the final New York Bengaluru Vision Statement. and it was released on 24th and 25th September from Bengaluru, Delhi, and worldwide. It was an online, offline, combined event attended by people around the world. And you can see the first thing happening, Sripad Hegdeji, the Ayush Minister, launching the release of New York Bengaluru Vision Statement, and also Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishankji, the Honorable Minister of HRD, launching this, and the colleagues from Italy, USA, and around the world joined this live event of launching of this New York Bengaluru Vision Statement. You can see the comments, encouraging comments by the both ministers of HRD and Ministry of Ayush, who ensure that all efforts will be made to promote the spirit of this New York Bengaluru Yoga Vision Statement, taking forward the message around the world. We were very fortunate to receive the blessings from the stalwarts of yoga in the country. Sri Baba Ramdev ji sent his video message stating that yoga is an achievement of divine knowledge. The presence of humanity in human will create the new world through yoga. The great efforts by NAAC for promoting yoga worldwide is a matter of pride. Sri Ravi Shankar Guruji also sent his greetings, and he congratulated on this important step towards yoga accreditation. We also got the message from the Asia Pacific Quality Network and from Italy, the Antonietta Rossi, you may be knowing her. She was a recipient of the India's Prime Minister's Award for promoting yoga worldwide. She was also part of this great initiative. To tell you in nutshell what we are talking in this New York Bengaluru Vision Statement, I'll take maybe more 5 or 10, but let me just check with Swamiji how much time I have got. Swamiji?
Yes, sir.
How much time is left with me?
Sir, you can take 10 to 15 minutes. No problem.
Sure. Because depending on that, I can increase my speed or delete something. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So the New York Bengaluru Vision Statement says that we as a global community of representatives of yogic institutions, accreditation bodies, and higher education providers, policymakers, we commit for the following. One is moving together to claim and preserve the authentic yoga tradition in its truest essence, while respecting the diversity of different schools of thoughts. I just want to give a little bit, behind the script or behind the line story to you. While this was very much accepted by many people around the world, this particular initiative, some institutions in USA, UK, and Australia, those who are very much into the business of accreditation of yoga, refused to join this initiative. I just wanted to tell you, as an undercurrent, they were part of the global summit, but they expressed reservations. Their apprehension was that India is perhaps trying to be the kind of trying to snatch or control this whole thing. That feeling was perhaps with them, but they somehow refused to be part of that. We persuaded them, trying to say that we are not trying to kind of be hegemon or trying to control the yoga. Yoga is already owned by the world, but because the yogic traditions are from India, it is good if the yoga accreditation begins from India and everybody from the world joins it. Somehow, some people did not join it, but many people joined it. You can see that from Italy, we have supporters. From Canada, we have many people, organizations joined. From USA and from Asia Pacific, several people supported it. But there, you should know that there were some people who were not happy with this and who are not happy with this. Moving to the next stage, the statement also says that we will strive to enter into a mutual dialogue and process towards creating a global ecosystem in collaborating, mainstreaming, and accreditation of yoga programs within higher education ambits by amalgamating a harmonization between traditional philosophy and modern practices, scientifically opening possibility of research exploration across various dimensions of traditional yogic principles, and this should be grounded on authenticity of curriculum, research, innovation, and extension of yogic ecosystem. Yoga as a key tool for promotion of health, values such as global peace, harmony, global citizenship, application of yogic domain. We ensure to together promote yoga programs that are well contained within a shared understanding of international standards and quality framework. We shall strive to nurture and groom both artistic and scientific temperaments towards this vast reservoir of yogic knowledge, promote and present globally the vast scope of Vedic psychology and Vedic sciences, including all aspects of yoga that enhances positivity, human dynamics, as well as facilitate salutogenesis in individuals and it in social systems worldwide. Then raise the benchmark on scientifically approaching the study of yoga and provide further impetus to the growth and promotion of yoga in harmonized manner globally, and unearth the techniques and innovatively adopt them for the benefits of the modern society. We collectively and collaboratively agree on aspirations and actions to explore the formalization of an international framework and protocol on the mainstreaming of yoga program and its accreditation within HEI ambit, advocate with various policymakers on mainstreaming and the accreditation of yoga programs, mobilizing funds to support yoga higher education institutions and provide scholarships to students and research grants to teachers, setting up global vision group to take forward the conversations and outcome of global summit, beginning of a conversation towards global ecosystem in yoga higher education through accreditation. And it also complements the APQN and the United Nations India's mission and the NAC, and it commits the support in taking forward this New York Bengaluru vision statement to all stakeholders. That, as it said, draft was initiated on 26 April 2019 at United Nations headquarters, New York, and it was adopted at Bangalore, New Delhi, and worldwide on 24-25 September 2019. These are the various participating organizations. As you can see, different all major universities in India are part of this, and different institutions around the world are also part of this initiative. They are the signatories of this global statement. This is the core team. I should acknowledge that as I mentioned to you, Dr. HR Nagendra Guruji, then the director of NAC. You can see Dr. Richa Chopra, who is from Sri Sri University, and Dr. Manjunath, Dr. Patra, and Dr. Bharti Devi from the S. Vyasa in Bengaluru, and of course my colleagues Savita, DJ, and Umesh, who have been working as the research scholars for this entire program. So I should acknowledge all these people. And coming to my last slide, as I was saying, this statement is a very historical milestone in the history of yoga higher education in the world. Because it is recorded in the annals of the United Nations now, the launch by the ministers of the India, globally accepted New York Bengaluru vision statement. It has become a history. But now it is important to actually launch this initiative. As of now, for various reasons, the policy discussions are going on at NAC and UGC and MHRD at level. So therefore, actual accreditation has not yet started. Even though instrument is ready, framework is ready, actual process is yet to be started. So we are waiting for that. And I am now in Japan, but eagerly waiting that in India this could be started. And as I was talking in the initial part, COVID-19, this crisis has showed again in many parts of the world that how yoga can provide strength to various challenges to the mind and the body and the society, such pandemics, how yoga can emerge as a great strength of the humanity. And we know that yoga has the potential to give India its coveted position of the Jagat Guru, and as Pandaji was telling, Vishwa Guru. And therefore, I believe that mainstreaming of yoga in higher education in India and worldwide through this accreditation can actually pave way for massive spread of yoga, and not just massive spread, not just quantitatively, but qualitative spread with proper education, proper philosophy, proper training by the yogis and experts like you. The proper yoga can spread around the world. Research can happen, and the mankind can be benefited with health and peace. Indian colleges and universities, particularly those who have experience of yoga programs, can actually partner with large number of universities in different countries and offer the authentic yoga programs worldwide. Now, thanks to this, somehow, what is that? Some kind of benefit in this disguise of pandemic, we are extensively using digital platforms. Now we know that digital platforms can very well be used. So we can use these digital platforms and reach throughout the people around the world and take the proper yoga education to them. And what will arm them? What will be the weapon with all these yoga professionals, students, researchers, and scholars and institutions? Will be the accreditation. If they are having a stamp of good quality, authentic yoga program, that would be the key differentiating point, and that is how we can spread the message of peace, health, and humanity to the world. So with this, I'm going to end by giving the quote of our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, who has been pushing this from the front ever since he became the Prime Minister of India. He said, yoga has the potential to herald in a new yuga, a new era of peace, compassion, brotherhood, and all-round progress of the human race. So with this, I am going to thank you all and wait for the questions. This is my address, and just a clarification that you can see, most of this material and these things we have collectively developed in NAAC and with help of many experts. But some of the views that expressed in this particular presentation are of my own views. They are not views of any organization. The organization that currently I work in Japan or here. So thank you.
So thank you, sir. Thank you, Jagannath ji, for your...
नमस्कार. किसी अगर कोई सवाल वगैरह कोई किसी को पूछना है तो पूछ सकते हैं.
पूछेंगे सर. Sir, just I give you some my this vote of thanks to you for delivering such a 40 minutes lecture. After that question and answer session, students actually ask questions first. Actually, to NC Panda, then you have to. They have sent so many questions. Sir. Please,
sound is not coming, Swamiji.
Yes, sir. So we are very,
I'm not
very
listening.
glad to hear such a good deliberation in a very unique field, that is yoga accreditation. And it is really necessary, as Professor Patilji told, that
maybe some audio problem.
So many programs
audio problem.
University and colleges, but
I don't listen.
like programs,
maybe what may be the problem, I don't know, but maybe some
or
audio problem.
So for this purpose, this accreditation is very much essential to popularize this course in this type of competition, because today this educational market so competitive. So yoga, if it gets some hold in higher education in the world, so it begins from national accreditation. And this, for this purpose, this international university, international, Indian IUC, IUC, what you tell, sir? Indian
IUCYS, Inter-University Center for Yogic Sciences.
Yes, Inter-University Science Center for Yogic Sciences was established in Bengaluru, and also NAAC also some framework yes device, just like other parameters which was the NAAC also. Under the process of this approval, and in the meantime, NAAC also actually started some global accreditation process, and for this purpose they are 2019 taking so many countries higher education institute. They have successfully they have launched a summit in New York, and after that they released this Bengaluru this New York chapter, and this book actually released by Honorable Higher Education Ministry of Government of India, and it is actually widely popular. And so in this way, this committee of NAC and other under one proponent person is Professor Patilji. He actually done lot of
I
work,
have some audio problem. I
NAC and
cannot.
also yoga accreditation for popularizing this accreditation in yoga field. So in this way, we are thinking that it is a very, very positive approach, because anything should be processed and should be some methodical form. It will be sustained in long run. Otherwise, it will be completely ruined. Sometimes Jagannath ji told that some USA or some institution come and accredit our Indian institute, that you are good for yoga, you are bad for yoga. In this way. So we are late, but we do not try to more late. So we are start very quickly for accreditation process, and we are very much enthusiastic and very much hopeful that under the guidance of the NAC, under the Ministry of Government, under the good guidance of the people of like Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji and other very learned person, I think this will come up a good position in India, and ultimately it will go to the global position. With these few words, I once again thank you to Dr. Patil for joining in this very interesting deliberation. So now the question answer session, I request Swami Vedanuragananda ji to conduct this question answer session. Please, Swami Vedanuragananda, please conduct.
Sir, these are some of the questions for Professor N.C. Panda. Sir, one of the question is, what is the significance of Raja Yoga? This is a question put forth by Ranabir Mal. He asks, what is the significance of Raja Yoga?
Because you know, there are different type of yogas explained in Gita also, and Raja means that he is one of the best yoga. Raja, just like the king, one of the best yogas, and like Hatha yoga is also known as Raja yoga. So this is the thing.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more question has come from Sandeep Pramanik. He asks, how Atma can unite with Paramatma?
Yes, actually, this is very typical question and very difficult to answer, because in Kathopanishad, it is told, Nayamatma pravacanena labhyo namedhayana bahudhasutena yame vaisa brunute tena labhyat tasyesa atma vibrunute tanustvam. It's very important mantra in the Kathopanishad, as maybe all of you know about this, about the meaning of this mantra, because नायम pravachanena labhya. Pravachan means, you know, pravachan ke dwara hum atma ko pa nahi sakte. Means if I am speaking something about Atma, this is Atma, this is Atma, this is soul, and you can be united with the Paramatman. It's not that thing that if somebody will give you a pravachan, a speech, a talk, so that the Atma will be united with the Paramatman. It's not like that, because yadgatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. One who will realize the Paramatman, he can be united. And what are the process? I mean, yoga is, of course, it is a method. So by yogic method, you can be united. So it's not that the exercise, it's not that the asanas, but it is, of course, dhyana, the meditation, then dhyana, dharana, samadhi. These are the three last steps out of these 8 paths, so that you can concentrate, and these are the final steps. Sampragyat samadhi, asampragyat samadhi, these are so many samadhis are discussed in the Yoga Sutras, and first of all, one should know about that. Paravidya, aparavidya, what is discussed in the Kathopanishad also, one should know all about these things. And to be a yogi, truly speaking, it is not easy for me to explain because Swamiji is before me. He can speak in the life of a yogi. He is well experienced now. So all these things, it is very mystic. Yogic experience is a mystic experience. So one who is a yogi, who can perform well this yogic ways, yogic postures, and meditation is not common for all people. So it takes time. It is very difficult to concentrate, especially in Kali Yoga. So that's why the verse says, Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhya no medhaya no bahudha sutena no medha. Medha means the buddhi. We cannot apply our intelligence to know about this Atman or Paramatman, how we can unite. Neither any of the teachers, they can speak about the secret of this Atman and Paramatman, but definitely one can realize it. And another thing which is told there in Kathopanishad, Yame Vaisya Vrunute Tena Labhya, Jasesa Atma Vivrunute Tanustam. The last part of the mantra is very important. If the Paramatman will grace upon you, then you will be able to know him, to understand him, and the Atman will unite with Paramatman. So it is up to the Paramatman. If he will grace, if he will bless, then the Atman will definitely unite with Paramatman. And after unite in the Paramatman, yeah, then it will not come again to this world, not return. Yad gatva na nivartante. Never it will return. The Atman will never return. It will be. It will forever. It will unite with the Paramatman. That is Tadhama Paramam Mama. That is the best Dhamma of, maybe you can say, the Lord Vishnu. So this is already explained, but it is not easy to explain the Atman, what is explained in the Kathopanishad and other Upanishads, but in the Vedas. But one should understand, one should meditate. It is a practical subject. One should realize this. What is Atman? If Swamiji will speak me, this is Atman. My Guruji will speak, this is Atman. Yes, I can understand, but I cannot realize. You just ask Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. These people, Swamiji, Ramakrishna Paramahansa has realized as to what is Atman, what is Paramatman. So if we are a true devotee of Swami Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, then we can realize what is Atman, what is Paramatman, because these are the life of a true yogi, true sannyasi. So we should read them, we should understand them, we should follow their guidelines. Mahajano jena gatasya pantha. Without following the guidelines of the great people, great Mahatmans, great yogis, great sannyasis, it's not easy for the ordinary people like me and you and all these things. It's not easy to understand what is Atman, what is Paramatman, how to unite with the Paramatman. Yes, definitely yoga is a way, is a method. But you can go slowly. But what Vivekananda has stressed in his speech by following Kathopanishad, because Utishtata Jagrata Paran Prapya Varani Bodhata. So Utishta, arise, awake. And then the final, the two lines of this Kathopanishad mantra is that Utishtata Jagrata Prapya Varani Bodhata. This is the last one. Khurasya dhara nisita durataya durgang patham sat kabayur badanti. This marga, this path is very difficult, as the yogi says. It's not easy to understand, it's not easy to go, but if one is fully determined to go, to follow, then he can go, he can follow. Durgam tat pathayur kabayur badanti. The great people, the great seers, that this path is very difficult, very durgama. Not easy to understand, not easy to go, but one can try. Utishtata jagrata prapya varani bodhata. So this is the mantra from the Kathopanishad, and this mantra is being followed by Swami Vivekananda and other seers also. So this is the thing, because what explained in the Kathopanishad I have told from out of my mind. I think it may be clarified by Swamiji, who is practical in this subject, because he is a true disciple of Swami Vivekananda and Paramahansa. Because although I respect Swami Vivekananda, always I follow his footpath. So this is the thing, because I'm a student of Sanskrit and little bit I know all about yoga and all these things. But Swamiji can better, clarify this particular thing if I'm not clear.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one more question is there. One more question has come from Abhishek Sham Chaudhary. He asks that mental health has become a severe issue in recent days. How yogic practices can be useful in such case?
Yes, very good question. Really, really very, because these days, mental health. Suppose we have so many, especially the students. Generally, the students during the time of examination, they are facing this mental problem. They are actually being harassed by maybe their schoolmates, their classmates, and others. But the thing is, by stress, the stress is a big problem these days. So how to, free from all this stress or tension? Because tension, I have already told in my lecture, Mano eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. Bandha means bandhan, and moksha means the liberation. Liberation means free. How to free your mind? So the mind is the main thing. So mind means at least what I have been told my Guruji. So at least, because one should meditate at least for half an hour. I mean, if he is a student, he should meditate at least for starting from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, then 1 hour. Because meditate to whom? Because in Yoga Sutra, Patanjali has said that tasya vachakah pranabah, tasya kasya iswarasya. The Iswarasya Vachaka, Iswarasya, the good name of the highest name or the sacred name of the God is Omkara, Pranava. So Tat Japa Tadartha Bhavanam. So one should have a japa of all the name of the Iswara, the Omkara. So Omkaram Bindu Sanjukto Nityam Dhyayanti Yoina Kamodo Mokshadam Saiva Omkaraya Namo Namah. So one should meditate, at least concentrate the mind and sit for meditation. Okay, it's not easy to concentrate, all in a sudden. It will take time because different things will come, enter into the mind. But one has to control slowly, because then it is, one will be habituated. Because in Yoga Sutra, one thing is repeated. Patanjali has told, Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tanirodha. Same in Gita also, Abhyasena Vairagya. So it is also told in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna has already advised. So it is the way one should practice every day. Practice makes him perfect. So Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam. So one word is Abhyasa, practice, daily practice. Okay, it will take 15 days, 20 days to concentrate while sitting in meditation. Different feelings will come, different things, subjects will enter into the mind. So the mind will be disturbed. So one should concentrate, and finally, you see, Vairagya. The Vairagi Bhav, because we see our Swamiji, they are totally Vairagi. They know how to free from all these materialistic things. So one should free from all this kamana, vasana, all these things, because kama, krodha, lobha. One should free from all these things, what is described in the Gita. So it is very difficult to free from all these kamanas, all these vasanas and krodha. So one person who is free from all these three things, kama, krodha, lobha, so then I think he will be able to concentrate his mind and sit in meditation. And after sitting in meditation, then slowly his mind will be static, his mind will be positive, his mind will be free from all the tensions. So it will take time, but not difficult. But one should try at least. One should listen our gurus, one should listen our teachers, one should follow the guidelines of yoga and the yogic asanas, yogic postures, and yogic, mental health. So mental health is possible by practicing of yogic kriyas, yogic asanas, meditations. That is the dhyana and pranayama also, because through pranayama also one can control over his mind. So these are the things which is advised, which are advised in our yogic text and also other texts. So I must advise to all of our students especially, they should follow. They should do at least some yoga asana as well as pranayama, and then meditation. So not the exercises, but pranayama is very essential. Nadi shodhana, pranayama is very essential, and through pranayama, your mind and your body both will be stable, static, and free from all the tensions. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, very much for sharing your wisdom. We are very much indebted for your wisdom and enlightening our viewers about the questions. Now, we have some questions for Professor Jagannath Patil, sir. Sir, should we proceed for the questions? Sir, there is a question. Why yoga is not popular in village areas? This is a question put forth by Pragna Panda. She asks that why yoga is not popular in village areas.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It is difficult to say that yoga is not popular in villages. It is practiced in many villages. I come from a village, by the way, so I know. But yeah, that the popularity may be more. See, this is about the lifestyle. As you know, the people in villages are generally people who are, farmers and some kind of people who are always engaged in some kind of physical activities. You will hardly find anybody who is sitting idle or doing some work like of sedentary lifestyle that we are doing, sitting in the same place. Office के बाबू जो होते हैं वो type का work तो वहाँ पे नहीं होता है. Everybody goes to farm. They are generally in good physical conditions. My personal observation is that generally people from villages are engaged in some kind of work. They are generally in good physical condition, but I believe they strongly need the other aspect of yoga, that is the mental health, the consciousness. All other parts are very much needed. They may not be needing these postures, but I think because there are other forms. I come from Maharashtra. I can tell you there are other spiritual practices which exist, which give strength to the people from villages. I come from the western or southern Maharashtra, where there is a huge tradition of saints. You may be knowing Saint Gnaneshwar or Saint Tukaram. There is a whole lot of tradition of these kind of saints who have written poems and various things particularly addressed to the village people. So these people, their spiritual life is occupied predominantly by such kind of thoughts, and these all thoughts are directly relating to their work. There are some saints which talk about cobblers, how कुंभार कहते हैं हम लोग उनको. तो वो काम करते करते how do you practice some kind of spirituality while doing your own work? That is told by so many saints in Maharashtra. I am sure that will be the case in other states also. Some saints or some folk traditions are there. So they are more attached, and perhaps that is why there could be some gap. So people don't really need to go to yoga studio or some yoga guru for finding health, solutions to their health problems or peace. Because by being at work, they are already in good health and good peace, I believe. But still, I think it is needed. We need to spread that message there so that they understand yoga fully in its all dimensions. Swamiji, you can maybe throw more light on this. I am not yogic expert.
Yes. Swamiji can explain all these things, all these questions, because we expect some more answers from him. Because
lastly I shall,
yes.
Sir, lastly I shall tell. First, actually, student asked question to you, so you have answered that. Lastly, I tell you.
And we are also disciples of yours, so that's why.
Sir, one more question for Jagannath Patil sir. Sir, two related questions are there. One is, can Anulom Vilom and Kapalbhati Pranayam make immunity against COVID-19? And one more question is there, can anyone go for research on yoga on coronavirus type of pandemic? So both are related questions. One is put forward by Shashwata Roy, that whether yoga can be effective in coronavirus pandemic. Another is whether Anulom Vilom and Kapalbhati Pranayam can make immunity against corona.
Let me first again clarify that I am really not the yoga expert or researcher to match the levels of Swamiji or other things, but I can definitely answer you affirmatively, yes. And if you want to see the what is latest research happening, just I am aware there may be many people doing it, but I am very much aware what research is being done in Yasvyasa. There are already randomized controlled trials happening of what kind of effect these yogic kriyas are, the very scientific trials. Very scientific trials are happening, and as we are talking today, you may be knowing it is not related to yoga, but Ayurveda. Today I heard that there is going to be a press conference by Swami Ramdev ji and colleagues that they have come out with this Coronil medicine, Ayurvedic medicine to deal with the COVID-19. So I am 100% sure. I can't tell you scientific details, but you will find that easily with any expert. There are several videos available already explaining how the kriyas of pranayama and others can strengthen your immunity, and so many things are readily available. Just Google it and you will see dozens of such videos, and you can choose those which are based on scientific trials, not just some kind of statements.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, one question is there. Can yoga be a department in all universities of India and outside in many countries? This is a question put forth by Sandeep Pramanik. He asked that, can yoga be a department in all universities of India and outside? So this is his question regarding the yoga department possibilities.
I say that is my dream. I said when the National Conference on Yoga Accreditation took place in March 19 in Yasvyasa, Prashanti Kutidam, I said that is my dream, that every university in India should have the program and department of yogic sciences, and we should aim that at least some top 100 or few hundred universities around the world should have the yoga department. And the Harvard University has some kind of department which relates with yoga and modern medical science. So this is a need. The world has realized, the developed world has realized that you may be having some cure for diseases like cancer in their way, but the fundamental cure, the fundamental cures will come from yoga and other medicine. So there are, all alternative therapies are very popular in developed world now. Unfortunately, in India, some people try to, disregard that, saying that "Ye kya Baba bol raha hai" and that kind of things. But it is not true. In developed world, this is accepted now that some critical illnesses like cancer, to avoid the recurrence of cancer, the allopathic doctors and surgeons strongly advise to go for meditation and yogic, kind of therapies, so that they can be at peace and the body can be at peace, and the recurrence of these things will not happen. So it is high time that yoga should spread around the world, and the Indian. That's why we are talking about research. And you, at the same time, we cannot keep on reciting the same old things that happened 1,000, 2,000 years ago. Yes, that is correct, but there has to be research. In medicine or any modern sciences, people don't accept the things unless it is scientifically proven. So unless you have a randomized controlled trials of anything, any maybe yogic therapy or maybe Ayurvedic therapy, the modern scientific world will not accept it as a medical therapy. They will simply take it as some kind of philosophical advice. So this is the responsibility of this generation of the teachers and the researchers to take it forward to that higher stage. bring it on par with the modern sciences and prove that yes, yoga is also a modern science which can contribute to the problem solving of the society. Therefore, I am a very strong votary. I'm very strong supporter of idea that each university in India should have department of yoga, and leading universities in the world, government of India should sponsor the yoga chairs. Every top university in the world, take it Harvard, MIT, Oxford, Canberra, Melbourne, Japan, University of Tokyo, India, I think Indian Council of Philosophical Research and ICCR, they have some chairs here and there. Some IUCS chairs are there. But yoga, and I think this IUCYS can do that. It should be done. Maybe perhaps the policymakers will listen to that and they do it. And alternatively, our students can go. You know, how India and its spiritual things became popular. Vivekananda made it popular when he reached Chicago. Nobody sponsored him. No government, Rajas, Maharajas sponsored him, but government did not nominate him. Or he was not a nominee of somebody. He went on his own passion, and then became history. So I think our students can also, we need not wait for government to do the things. We can do it on our own.
Yes, sir. Sir, very nice, sir.
Excuse me, I will add Swamiji, I will add something what Dr.
Yes,
Jagannath
sir.
has told. The
Yes,
thing
sir.
is, he is right that the government of India, through Indian cultural centers, which is, we have so many Indian cultural centers working under the Embassy of India in different countries. Like here in Bangkok, we have the Indian Cultural Center named as Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, where I am teaching Sanskrit to the beginners. And we have at least 3 teachers, those who are teaching yoga regularly. Every week, we have 3 to 5 classes. So generally, the Thai people, they are also learning yoga here. And so to say, in Hanoi also, last year, I had been to Hanoi, Vietnam also. There is also one yoga teacher. Actually, the government of India has a plan. Government is appointing some yoga teachers in different countries where Indian Cultural Center is working. So that's why the students can get opportunity in the foreign countries to serve as a yoga teacher. And besides, our universities also, what you have told in your presentation, because some of our universities has also yoga department. Not all the universities, but still, a few universities we have. But in schools, we don't have such facilities. In colleges also, we don't have a yoga department. But still, the government of India is trying to popularize yoga since last six years. Through the Prime Minister Modi has declared, it is the International Yoga Day. So anyway, it's a good step by our government and a positive step by our people also. And much more work to be done in future also. And your paper was very nice in this regard. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one more question for Professor Jagannath Patil, sir. Sir, can accreditation prevent piracy? So this is a question put forth by Abhishek Shyam Chaudhary. He asks that, can accreditation prevent piracy?
Yes. Actually, the very purpose of accreditation is to differentiate. As I said, Nirakshira Vivek, to differentiate between दूध and पानी. दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी करने के लिए ही accreditation है. It differentiates good provider from a bad provider from a bogus provider or a pirated. So globally now it is true that many people are, you search yoga in Google, you will get some funny replies. There are some dog yogas, there is some beer yoga, there is some, people have not only pirated the yoga, but they have polluted the yoga, I would say. Yoga is being polluted around the world by many people. Just because yoga world is popular, they attach something to that and try to popularize it or sell it or something like that. That has happened. The very purpose of this initiative of yoga accreditation is for that only. Such things should be avoided. Such things should be separated. People should have access to the fair and proper knowledge of yogic traditions, not that bear yoga, dog yoga, cat yoga kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you, sir. Sir, one more question has come. Sir, you said that yoga is emerging as a business. Can we accept a stream like MBA with yoga specialization? A question by Shreyas Prasad.
Of course, yes, of course, I would support that. That's why, you know, why we are bringing it, why when we talk about mainstreaming of yoga higher education, it means we should talk in the language that current public understands. You know, if you are just simply saying that I have learned from some ashram, something is that they will not be happy. If you say that I have done MBA in yogic management, then they will say, yes, something may be there. Yeah, and that's possible. SVASA has the MBA program in Bangalore. SVASA is having a MBA in yogic management. So it is there and it is possible. I think IIM should explore this possibility of having some specialization in the yogic practices of management, where I don't need to tell you that, but if the people who are at the managerial level, policy making level, decision making level have a strong yogic background, grounded people, then they will not go behind the mindless, profiteering, looting the people, making only money. These aspects will not come. They will be some grounded people thinking about humanity, thinking about, the have-nots, poor people, not just making profits. So I think this is very much needed. We should go for that.
Thank you, sir. Sir, one more question. Can you tell us a little bit about whether India is looking at yoga again just to talk so much about yoga abroad, or whether India is resorting to yoga today to save its tradition? A question by Diptarup Das. He asks.
I am not exactly speaking on behalf of India or government of India, but what I think is that, as Pandaji said, the government has taken steps to preserve this knowledge, to promote this knowledge. UNESCO has accepted, globally it has been accepted that this is something, heritage of the world, which is given by India. And it is our responsibility to promote it further. Within ourselves, within our country, we have to, sensitize people about using this, a very powerful tool, a powerful weapon that has been given by our, tradition to us. We can use that for our benefit, for peace within us, for health, for so many reasons. We can use it in India and globally also. I feel not only just talking about peace and health, it can actually generate employment to millions of people from India. Indian software is so much in use globally. India is leading in terms of IT. According to me, yoga is nothing but the software for the body. We are good at that. Why can't Indian yoga volunteers, yoga teachers, people go around the world, just like Pandaji is there in Bangkok? Many people can go around the world and teach, preach authentic yoga and engage with people that will, give good name to India also, that will give some good career options also to the youngsters. So I'm all for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, Saumen Haldar, he asks one question: yoga for control of blood pressure and overweight. He wants some idea on yoga for control of blood pressure and overweight.
ये सवाल मैं पांडा जी को दे दूंगा, पांडा जी को या स्वामी जी को.
Actually, I have already explained. Really, blood pressure, because every day Swami Ramdev ji, if you watch India TV, so Swami Ramdev ji is coming in India TV live telecast also, and also in Astha TV also. Every day Swamiji explaining how to control over the blood pressure and overweight problem through yogic postures, yogic asanas. Every day he is telling. It's not, new to our Indian people. So it is very common in India that yoga is a way through which you can control over your all the types of diseases. He is claiming that cancer can be cured through yogic postures, pranayama, like Vasika, Kapalabhati, all these things. Because we have the strong belief. Because you see, where there is strong belief, the disease can be go out. Saddhavan labhate jnanam. You know, it is told in the Gita. If you have a strong faith, yes, I must follow yogic line, yogic postures, yogic. I mean, you can see this Ashtanga yoga. So definitely, by following yogic path as well as taking the Ayurvedic medicines, because these two things are actually great for our Indians. Because Indian, they believe in yogic practices as well as in Ayurvedic products. That's why one should be very regular by practicing yoga as well as taking Ayurvedic medicines. So our Ayush Mantralaya also, it is also advising you take the Ayurvedic medicines. It is more helpful for the body because it has no side effect. That's why one should regularly practice this pranayama, because pranayama has a positive impact definitely. Because all our seers, all our seers by meditation they have got the Vedic knowledge, the Veda, the knowledge, because everything it is in Vedas. Vedas means you can say the Ayurveda, it is a part of Atharva Veda. So it is already there. The names of different medicines, different trees, different plants, you'll find in the Atharva Veda. So to say Ayurveda, Charaka Sangita, because I have so many references that the prana can be controlled by this yogic asanas, pranayamas. So at least one should seriously, and seriously in the sense means regularly and timely. Because you see, timely, what is the time? Because our Indians has no time. Because in Thailand, अभी Thailand का समय actually now it is going to 6:55. यहाँ time है 6:55. और you see, अभी Thailand के लगभग 60% लोग डिनर कर चुके होंगे. Around at 7, almost all the Thai peoples, they have already taken their dinner. They are very regular, very systematic way, well disciplined. That's why you see the corona has no impact in this country. It is maybe totally free of corona nowadays, according to the government news. So why the people are very disciplined way? Because yoga is a scientific discipline method. If you follow it scientifically and regular practice, definitely, so to say, your motapa, that is the overweight problem, definitely it will come down. One should free from all this motapa and even this mental tension. If you practically, if somebody will practice at least 1 month regular pranayama and meditation, definitely he will free from all these tensions. I'm sure, because our seers, they have advised us, they have shown this path we should follow. Because you see, there is no other way. For motapa, there are so many medicines are in the market, available in the market. But I'm not sure that by taking these medicines, your overweight problem will be solved. No, at least by some yoga asanas, at least some minor exercises, it must be cured. You will feel that, yes, I'm satisfied. Sukho हम सुखी अस्मि, शिवो हम, मैं सुखी हूँ, मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ. Positive vibration must essential for a mind as well as for a body. That's why one must do it regularly. What our seers, like you see, Sri Ravi Shankar, Baba Ramdev, and Sri Iyengar Yoga, or so many, because in India it is very popular. In foreign also it is very popular, because Thai people, they are also doing regularly this yoga. And other, because I have traveled almost all the Southeast Asian countries. I have seen there. I have already practically seen, and we are always trying our best to cure everyone mentally as well as physically. Especially our students, they are going through the stress problem every day, because so many burdens. Because you see, but I'll give you a simple example in Thailand. Because you see, there is no such work burden on the students. They're free, because we are teaching every day. Online maybe, and online that is the PowerPoint presentation system. There is no workload on the students. We cannot compel a student, you should do this, do this. They are free to do, they are free to read, because no compulsion. But in India, it is different, because students should free from all the tensions. That's why the government, the other organization, they must actually, this is जो किताबों का जो बोझ है उससे कम करना चाहिए. मेंटली शुड बी मेंटल, जो आपके मेंटल जो है लेवल ऊपर होना चाहिए. मेंटल लेवल को बढ़ाने के लिए योग सबसे बढ़िया तरीका है. योग से बढ़कर के कोई तरीका है ही नहीं दुनिया में. अगर कोई व्यक्ति रोग करता, ब्राह्मण मुहूर्त में उठ करके अगर कोई योग करेगा, तो डेफिनेटली निश्चित उसका सब कुछ कंट्रोल में हो जाएगा, चाहे बीमारी हो चाहे कुछ भी हो. Yoga and ahara vihara, yoga, ahara and vihara, all these things are already, they are in the Ayurvedic text, yogic text, everywhere. So I must think the question who has put, which asked by any student, yes, definitely I will advise him, please continue yoga, yogic postures, yogasana, and do some pranayama, and by getting the knowledge from a guru. Not that ordinarily you will follow the YouTube and do it. No, I will not advise you, but a proper guru is needed to advise you, to tell you the rules, how to do Kapalabhati, how to do pranayama, all these things. You get training from a guru, and then you do it. So that is the way. Thank you very much.
Any question is there?
One or two more questions are there. We'll just wind up quickly. Some related question I'm just clubbing together. One is which asana is good for immune system? Which yoga is essential to increase our concentration in studies? One is the first one put forth by Nilesh Saha, and the second one put forth by Shubhadeep Biswas. So one is asana for immune system, and another is asana for concentration in studies. Sir, any one of you can enlighten this question.
I will pass this question to Pandaji or Swamiji. They are the best people. You know, it will be contempt from me to talk about this in front of Swamiji. I leave it to Swamiji.
Dr. Jagannath is right. Actually, he is very clear, because Swamiji is the sole authority to answer all these questions, because we are we are not actually the right person to.
We are researchers.
But Swamiji, actually, I must request to Swamiji, because there are so many asanas, but Swamiji can finally reply this question, which is applicable for this.
Any questions are left? I think all questions they have asked.
Yes, one or two questions are there. One or two more questions are there. So one question is, yoga has a close relationship with the right food. If that relationship tells you what to eat and what not to eat. So regarding food, the question is regarding food, put forth by Diptarup Das, what food one should eat and what it should not, according to yoga.
These are all questions.
Yes, and one more is there regarding what is the significance of karma yoga, how we can bring perfection in our life by yoga. Shubhadeep Biswas puts the question.
This is the last question.
Yes, more or less, yes.
So I think all these questions more or less to this learned speaker, they have told in a different way. So now I sum up actually their learned deliberation. They want to put the yoga as a knowledge system to our the students or common people. So for this purpose, three things they actually try to enumerate. First thing, so any end of any knowledge system, first actually to keep a great belief, actually faith upon the age-old tradition, because this knowledge could not come from zero, comes from something. So first of all, that we have to that great belief upon other age-old tradition. This is the first thing. Second thing, the lifestyle, day-to-day what we actually in our day-to-day work. This lifestyle is very much important to strengthen a knowledge system, especially yoga knowledge system. So day-to-day lifestyle from this 0 hour to 24 hours every day. So how we can from every work, eating to sleeping, walking, everywhere, how we behave with the with ourselves, with the environment, with the nature, with the plant world, with animal world, microbes, all this, how we behave. This is very important. This is called overall lifestyle. Third thing, very important, that present knowledge, present study. So three things. First, great faith in the age-old tradition. Second, the lifestyle, how we behave ourselves with the others. And last one, the present knowledge system. We have to exercise these three things so that we can get a great knowledge, especially in yoga knowledge. So yoga purpose, we have to be great faith upon the ancient seers, because they have actually done a lot of through their life. And nowadays, this Asia and America, they are very much approved this evidence-based knowledge. In the medical science, now they are telling that evidence-based medicine. Some actually medicine used for this purpose of symptom. So it is many cases it was used. So doctor, oh, this is actually used for 100 cases and 80 cases are cured. So you use it. So it is called evidence-based medicine. But in previous time, this also this our this learned person, this knowledge also just like evidence-based. The people's actually this 100 peoples or other peoples, they have practiced and they ultimately fulfill this knowledge system. So it is good. So I also practice. So in this way, we have to believe upon our past tradition. Second is lifestyle. Day to day, we have to, it is not the question of village students. Village people are not the urban people. We are people. We are unfortunately or fortunately staying in village or urban, but urban and village all in the same planet Earth. It is not the village in another planet and the urban people are in another planet. So all we are in same planet. So our lifestyle should be like this, that it should be eco-friendly everywhere. We should every time make a good balance between ourselves with the other all animals, all plants, all microbes, all types of elements that in this present in this whole universe. Because this our body nothing but equilibrium between the inside element with the outside element. So this now the modern science tells that disease comes. Swamiji also told disease nothing but the a disturbance of equilibrium. Disease nothing but, because every this coronavirus is also with me. The other people also, they are okay, they are also present, but we are not affected because somehow this disturbance we could not feel. When disturbance is lost, so again this virus start its activity. So not that we completely destroy virus from this universe. It is impossible, because they are unicellular. They also more number than our animal cell and plant cell. So this lifestyle should be good, eco-friendly, so that we can maintain a good eco-friendly, like that our ancient people told that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. For this purpose, that the whole universe is our relative, not this is alien. We are somehow manage something from this universe. We are acquire more things for us. We have to be all equal. So we have to maintain a good equilibrium with all the others surrounding us. So this is lifestyle. And second is modern knowledge. We have to very much process how modern development in science and all technology is going on. And we have to incorporate this knowledge. So synthesis these three: ancient knowledge, lifestyle, and this modern knowledge. Then we can establish a good yogic tradition. And this our India is actually committed to do this, because our people from ancient time actually bring this type of technology, and for this purpose we are getting this type of yoga. And we think this our people and our future generation, they will combine these three parts in such a way that ultimately this yoga knowledge will be the one good knowledge system in the earth, so that every people can accept it a good thing. So we are very hopeful to this. Our today's discussion and also tomorrow yesterday's discussion gives such a positive impact that we have to do something. We have born to do something. So with this keyword, I do not extend. I am very much grateful to the presenter, to speaker, their valuable times, their valuable knowledge. They express their best to their actually subject. So with this, I actually tell our this coordinator, especially Swami Vedanu Ragananda, please you give the formal vote of thanks of this seminar. So thank you, sir. Pranam, namaskar.
Excuse me, I'll add one more thing. Somebody was asking about the Raja Yoga. It is very clear that Raja Yoga means the king of the yoga. That is, nowadays it is known as Ashtanga Yoga. So 8 parts of yoga known as Raja Yoga, and which is recognized by Swami Vivekananda also. He is told Raja Yoga means this Ashtanga Yoga. So this is nothing other than Raja Yoga means the is known as Ashtanga Yoga. So it is very clear. So 8 parts of yoga. So thank you. Somebody was asking earlier.
Yes. Sir,
Swamiji, can I add just one line?
Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As my concluding, because I heard so many questions from students, and I presume a good number of students are there.
Yes.
So I just wanted to communicate this message that I have been lately felt very strongly. If you have seen the life story or read about the life story of Vivekananda, each one of you would know that towards the end of his life, he was very much stressed and disturbed that he couldn't actually change India the way he wanted to be. That was one of his greatest unhappiness. He felt that his knowledge, his dharma, his thoughts, or rather everything that belongs to dharma or our spiritual activities, everything, that should actually make some positive impact on the lives of the people, the poor people, the people who are suffering. That should be, he in fact, he was one of the very great philosophers who said, anything that doesn't contribute, that doesn't give bread to the people, I reject that. That is not dharma, he said. The first dharma is to feeding the poor. So I think that his kind of unhappiness, I would say, that he couldn't see that during his lifetime, that dream still remains unfulfilled or completed. India still has largest number of poor people in the world. We are the capital of the impoverished people in the world. At the same time, we may be the capital of the yoga, we may be the capital of software and so many things we are proud of, but we are also the capital of the empowered people, impoverished people. So anyone who is into this path, my appeal to the youngsters is that keep that unhappiness, that pursuit of some goal that Vivekananda has set for all of us. We should in our lifetime try to contribute to that remove that poverty from at least some people who are around you, and then probably we can contribute to the dream that this great man and later Dr. Kalam also had that dream. We should contribute that. That is my request to the youngsters who are into this path.
Good answer. Really.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, so with this, we come to the concluding moments of the 2 days international webinar sponsored by Indian Council of Philosophical Research, New Delhi, to observe the International Yoga Day organized by Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Centenary College, Rahara, Kolkata. So we are really indebted to all our speakers, and today we had wonderful talk and interaction from Professor N.C. Panda, Professor of Sanskrit, ICCR Chair, Visiting Professor, Silpakorn University, Bangkok, Thailand. He had spoken on yoga philosophy and its influence in Southeast Asia. Then we had another enlightening talk by Dr. Jagannath Patil, Specially Appointed Professor, Research, NIAD QE, Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports and Technology, MEXT, Tokyo, Japan. He spoke on mainstreaming of yoga higher education through accreditation around the world. So we are really grateful to both our speakers for sharing their wisdom, for sharing their knowledge with us, with the students, with all the viewers who have been viewing this from all across India. So we are happy to know that participants have registered themselves from different parts of India, from all across, from north to south, in Madurai, then from Rajasthan, then in Guwahati, West Bengal, then even in the north. So we are really happy with the response and with the interest which everyone has shown in this regard. Yesterday also we had two beautiful lectures. One was an inaugural talk by Professor Ramesh Chandra Sinha, Chairman, Indian Council of Philosophical Research, New Delhi. He spoke on yoga philosophy and its universal acceptance. And another talk was there by Dr. Uday Shankar Roy, Professor, Department of Sports Science and Yoga, Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Educational and Research Institute, Belur Math, on yoga for holistic health and wellness. So all put together, we had a wonderful session, and we hope that it has intrigued interest in yoga. And definitely yoga is not a matter of theoretical discussion. It is always a matter of practice and a matter of realization. So we will hope that Swami Vivekananda's ideals, which he was one of the first to carry the message of yoga in all its dimensions, starting from Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, in all its dimensions across the world, and hope that its message will always be fulfilled in revivifying India, in putting a better scenario all across the world. And Swami Vivekananda was always of the opinion that renunciation and service will revivify India. By intensifying her along those channels, India will rise again. So of course, sacrifice on our individual part and service to the mass will in various ways, whether it be physical service or it be spiritual service or it be mental, intellectual service, all put together. Which service should be a part of life. It should be the whole of life. Actually, every aspect of our life should be as a dedication to the nation, as a dedication to the world. So with this motto, we'll close our webinar here, and we are really grateful to all our speakers, and we'll hope that they'll definitely enlighten us again. And if possible, after this pandemic is over, we invite all our honorable speakers to come and visit us at Rahara in Kolkata whenever possible. And we hope that quickly the situation will improve, and we'll again try to arrange some such sessions. So with our prayers to the Almighty, that He intrigue the sense of yoga, that is, we be united with Him, or we be united with the entire cosmos, with the entire one indivisible reality, and be happy, be fulfilled, and make our lives reach its goal. Thank you very much. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you.
I'm great. We are grateful to you.
Yes,
we are also same.
Thankful.
We are looking for the day to be in your campus someday, very soon.
Yes, sir.
Please do visit us after this pandemic situation. We are eager to meet you. Come and visit us here in Kolkata. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
मैं शायद जापान वापस जाऊंगा, तब तक अगर ये ठीक हो गया तो आप लोगों को जापान भी निमंत्रित करता हूँ.
Dr. Jagannath, please share your email ID.
जी. मैं स्वामी जी के पास है. Actually स्वामी जी आप पंडा जी को दे सकते हैं, और we can exchange each other.
Right. Because we can exchange, so we can talk, we can share our knowledge, because it's a great.
जी. आपको भी बुलाएंगे यहाँ पे.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Om greetings. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.